Judge dismisses Georgia election interference case against Trump. This article is by Richard Fawcett and Danny Hakim and read by an automated voice. The last pending criminal prosecution against President Trump was dismissed on Wednesday by a judge in Georgia, effectively ending efforts to hold Mr. Trump criminally responsible for attempts to overturn the 2020 election. The president has now seen 3 criminal cases against him dissolved since he was re-elected last year. A number of his allies are also defendants in the Georgia racketeering case, including Rudolph W. Giuliani, his former personal lawyer, and Mark Meadows, the former White House chief of staff. A motion seeking to end the prosecution was filed Wednesday morning by Pete Skandalakis, the executive director of the state's nonpartisan prosecutor council. The case was once seen as one of the most serious legal threats to Mr. Trump because state criminal convictions are not subject to presidential pardons. Mr. Skandalakis, a career prosecutor who ran for office early in his career as a Democrat but later as a Republican, shredded the case originally brought by Fani T. Willis, the Fulton County District Attorney, taking it apart charge by charge in a 22-page filing. He asserted that it is not illegal to question or challenge election results. Mr. Skandalakis concluded that the inquiry undertaken by Jack Smith, the special counsel appointed by the Justice Department under President Biden, was the more appropriate venue for an investigation of Mr. Trump's attempts to stay in power after the 2020 election. He added that the idea of pursuing a case against a sitting president in Georgia was impractical. He noted that the U.S. Supreme Court's ruling last year, which granted presidents absolute immunity from criminal prosecution for acts within their constitutional authority, meant that it would take months, if not years, to litigate immunity issues in the Georgia courts, and that all of this would have to occur after Mr. Trump left office in 2029. Bringing this case before a jury in 2029, 2030, or even 2031 would be nothing short of a remarkable feat, Mr. Skandalakis wrote, adding that the citizens of Georgia are not served by pursuing this case in full for another 5 to 10 years. Mr. Trump's indictment in August 2023 prompted a unique moment in the history of the American presidency, when he traveled to Atlanta to be booked at the county jail. Mr. Trump, who was out of office at the time, would soon embrace his scowling mugshot as a symbol of defiance. His campaign still markets the image on coffee mugs, posters, and pins. The circumstances leading to his prosecution began in January 2021, 2 months after Mr. Trump lost the 2020 election to Joseph R. Biden, Jr. Mr. Trump called Georgia's Secretary of State and pressured him to help find enough votes to reverse his loss in Georgia. Fani T. Willis, the Fulton County District Attorney, began investigating shortly thereafter. More than 2.5 years later, she brought a sprawling racketeering case against Mr. Trump and 18 of his allies, including several fake electors who tried to help keep him in power despite his loss at the polls. But Ms. Willis was removed from the case last December, after defense lawyers revealed that she had been in a romantic relationship with a lawyer she had hired to lead the prosecution. This is a developing story. Check back for updates.
With that being said, ladies and gentlemen, note that I will continue to try to provide you updates. This does not reflect on presidential immunity. However, Trump can eventually still be indicted for this. That is going to do it for this legal breaking reporting and video analysis update for the evening.